All right, people, welcome. Another lifting day for the lifting person. So, let's see. So I had snatch and back squat today. And on the power snatch, since I'm doing this so infrequently, I say infrequently, but I'm doing this every week. But deep down, I want to do so much more. I may change it to 4 days a week, but I'm going to stick with this, see how far I can go. The goal was to go heavier than last time. Last time I did 150, and instead of just going to 55, I just went to 160. If you ever read Pavel's articles on his 5x5, he said don't take Ken and Barbie doll jumps. Now that applies to the squat, but I applied it to my power snatch as well. I have to consider that I was doing much more than this, and if I go too slow, I would get bored. So I'm still hunting for numbers here. So my ending weight was 160. I decided to go 115, 140, and then to 160. That felt good. No complaints here. At this point in this program, I went from doing the snatch 5 days a week to, for example, this week it's just once. So I'm just going, I hate to say going through the motions. I'll rephrase it as putting the time and the work in. Not every day is going to be try to find a PR day, nor should it be, because I don't want to burn myself out. I've been on both extremes, so I'm going to give this a good run, see how far I can go. So I did 160 here. Back squat, again, I went up 10 pounds, so that went to 205. So I haven't mentioned this yet. The Olympics are going on right now. And I'd be lying if I'd said many, many moons ago I did not want to be an Olympian myself in the sport where my proportions do not fit well. But I will say this. So there's nothing I can do about the past. If anyone else is out there watching this, for my viewer, my subscriber, I will say this. I'll never forget a Donnie Schenkel interview. And somebody asked him, do you think someone that's I guess you can call it a weekend warrior, can do well with 3 days a week if that's all they have? And he said something to the effect of, just because someone has fewer days doesn't mean they can't put in the same intensity in those days. So that's a little pep talk for myself. It's not, it would be great if I could, I guess you could say, do this for a living and be sponsored and be a full-time lifter and get fed for free and take naps and all that stuff. But I have to work with what I have. And now that still doesn't mean I don't have goals in mind. So I'm not going to spread my goals. I'm not going to say my goals to anybody, but there's nothing wrong with that. Just because I'm not training as frequently, or I'm not 20 years younger, doesn't mean I can't set goals for myself and push things. Anyway, I kind of went off on a tangent there, but the Olympics are happening, and I just think that people put themselves in a hole. They say, well, I'm not going to the Super Bowl, I'm not going to the Olympics, so who cares? But that doesn't make your day-to-day any different. That person that's at the Olympics, they still have to show up every day and put work in. Their training schedules are different, their circumstances are different, their age and yada 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 are all different. But when it comes to practicing the sport, you can't just treat it as a whatever, I'm just showing up. You go in there, you get your little whiteboard, you get your notebook, you set this is what I have to do today, this is what I'm doing tomorrow, this went well, this did not go well. And you go in there and you put the work in. And that little time frame of putting the work in is the exact same as anybody else. I don't care if you're 13 and just getting started, I don't care if you're 60 and just getting started. You put in the same effort. Well, that turned into a bit of a rant. Anyways, so back squat. 1 to 205. Again, this is like a no-brainer. And the 10-pound jumps, if anyone's familiar with strong lifts, by the time you pass, 2 days, or I should say 2 working days, and by working days I mean like on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you would have added 10 pounds anyway. What I've appreciated is the extra rest, so I don't have to squat 3 days a week. When I had done a 5x5 before, I made this little, and now I have a bit of a better idea, but I made this promise to myself. Same with the RDLs. I was like, all right, if I make it, I'll go up. And there's a lot of days where I made it and I kept going up. With this style, you don't try to force, you kind of consider, okay, if I don't make all sets of 5 reps at a time, I'll just do what I can. So for example, you always try to do the first 2 sets for 5, and then let's say you're not feeling it at all, you can only do 3. You just stop, and then you do another set of 3 and another set of 3. The next time you try to go 5 5 4 3 3, and then 5 5 4 4 3, something like that. I have yet to get to that point where I have to inch my way up. There will be points of deload. I may also kind of tinker with it twice a week. Well, I should say a guaranteed twice a week, because right now I'm doing Monday, Friday, and then the next week I'll only do Wednesday, like today, and then next week I'll go back to Monday, Friday. It's just trying things out. The base format is 5 sets of 5. It's worked for me before. I will say, like first day I did 185, which was like, peanuts. This is not easy. It's simple. It's not super easy, but I'm starting to feel like, okay, it's just a matter of making sure you feel the weight on your back, trusting that you'll get stronger the next time. Remember, you get stronger in between the lifts, the days, not in the gym you tear everything down. All right, what the heck am I doing here? So this is a little bit of ATG knee ability 0. I did my tib raises first, and then you do tib raises, a calf raise, which is straight leg. This is the end of the first set. More tib raises again, and then a bent knee calf raise. I decided to only show my last 10 reps of each. I think the last 10. These, as you can tell from the gargantuan size of my calves, and that's a joke. These are hard for me. You're supposed to do sets of 25. I don't think I've had a day where I've made it all the way through to 25 reps on either of these movements, either the anterior tib or the calf raises. So that is a weakness that I'm working on. I'm still trying to figure out whether or not I should be doing seated calf raises, because my right calf is a little bit further behind than my left. After this, I did a little bit of core work, some dead bugs, bird dogs, hip thrusts, and I did I did chin-ups. The goal was to do I creeped up over the 5 rep range, but I tried to do 3 sets of 6. I did 6, 6, and 4. I just left it at that, and I'll try heavier next time. And then I never got to any sort of handstand push-up movement. I think I just did 1 set of 30-second hold up against the wall, just to get a feel for it. I want to do multiple sets, but my workout time was running out, which means the baby was waking up. So that was the end of that. So that's it for today. Very encouraging on the squat. Still working my way up on the Olympic lifts and humbling myself with my weak, puny lower leg movements. So that's all for today. Just wanted to make sure I get this episode out because the end of the day was approaching. And I'll catch everyone next time. Bye-bye.